The number one lesson is, your game idea probably sucks.
Release 2 crappy games fast before making your first commercial release.
So make sure you keep your games small.
If you are just starting out and hoping to make the next indie hit, then you might get disappointed.
Your first game is probably gonna flop.
This is your very first game and it's gonna be crap.
Tip number 1, don't.
I mean, it can't be that hard, right? Right? Hello there. Before we begin, I just wanted to tell everyone that I don't recommend doing what I will be doing. Most people say that this is a terrible idea, but I'll do it anyway, so let's get right into it. Ever since I was just a kid, I was obsessed with video games, like I spent most of my time playing them. I always wanted to make my own game, but every time I wanted to get into game development, I said to myself that it's too hard or that is not the right time, and I'd quit the next day. That happened every single time until one day the YouTube algorithm decided to bless me with devlogs. These guys were out there making their very own games, and then I said to myself, wait, I can do that too? Seems pretty fun and easy. And I was so wrong. Well, in order to make a game you need to know like everything: programming, 3D modeling, art, sound design, level design, game design, and so much more. I mean, literally have to be something like the avatar of game development. You have to master every single element before you can even begin making something. So yeah, game dev is very hard, but it's not impossible. I mean, just look at how many great indie games are there. For example, take a look at one of the most successful indie game out there, Stardew Valley. This insane man, Eric Barone, spent over 4.5 years making that game on his own. No development team, nothing. Just him and his computer, plus his family and wife that supported him financially. That's how he was able to learn everything by himself. Music, art, programming, all of that stuff. The man literally became that sort of avatar I was talking about earlier, and the game became a huge success. His story plus all the other stories of many game devs made me want to do this too. You don't know if you will fail unless you give it a try, right? Everyone says that your first game should be something very small because it will fail, but let me ask you this. Do you think Stardew Valley or many other big games would have ever happened if their developers were stuck with only doing tiny projects? Yeah, probably not. So I'm going to make my own game no matter how long it takes or how hard it will be. And if it fails, at least I know that I tried. Recently I got into really enjoying rage games, so I came up with the idea of making a rage game similar to Getting Over It, a difficult game about climbing, and Bread and Fred. And since for making such a game I need to know programming, I am in luck because I'm already quite familiar with that. I'm a computer science student after all. The game will be about 2 monkey brothers that have to work together in order to reach the peak of Monkey Mountain. You can find more details about the game and the lore in the Discord server from the description. First, I need to pick a game engine, and I chose Unity for my project because I fell in love with their amazing documentation and learning platform called Unity Learn. It was a great point to start from for me, and it helped a lot. I recommend it to anyone that wants to start game development and doesn't know where to begin. After finishing most of the lessons from the Unity Learn platform, I was confident enough to start working on my very own project, Monkey Mountain. I opened Unity, and this time I said to myself that I will start working on the game no matter what. Now I had to decide if the perspective of the game will be 2D, maybe 3D, 2.5D, will it be a top-down view, side view, will the world be randomly generated, or will it be a handcrafted world? Should the art style be pixelated, stylized, realistic? There were so many of these questions in my mind, so I had to answer them. Most rage games are 2D, but Getting Over It and the difficult game about climbing were the games that I really enjoyed the most, so I went for the 2.5D side view co-op game with a handcrafted world and a stylized art style. I knew that the next thing I had to do will be making the characters for the game, so I started learning 3D modeling in Blender. Huge shout out to Joey Carolino for this amazing tutorial. Check this guy if you want to get into 3D modeling. I learned all I know by watching his videos. Just take a look at the first monkeys that I tried making without knowing anything about 3D modeling.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass up. Get out!
Those things are nightmare fuel. And then I present you this guy. I know it's not much, but it's honest work. I still need to figure out how to make certain adjustments to the model, but I will do my best. After the models are done, I will need to figure out the game mechanics. I want the monkeys to climb only using their hands and their tails that are tangled together for swinging. Here is some very early footage of me trying something using some placeholder characters. There is still a long way to go, but I am in for the long run, ready to transform this project into a masterpiece, as long as nothing interrupts me. Which leads me to the first big problem. I am about to graduate university, and guess what? I currently have no job. And in this industry, it is quite difficult to get one, at least that seems to be the case in my country. I really tried getting one even as an unpaid intern just to learn stuff, but with no success. Even the creator of Stardew Valley, that is an absolute genius, was unable to find a job in this industry, so he started working on a project. His story really inspired me, but he was lucky enough to have a financially stable family and girlfriend that could provide everything he needed in order to work all day long on his dream game. I got some savings, but that's kinda all of it. My father's already retired, and asking him for money feels kinda wrong right now, so unless I manage to get a job, I need to eat. So if you want to support me in fulfilling my dream of becoming a full-time developer, I set up a Patreon page that you can check out in the description of this video. If you wanna help out but not spend any money, just a like and subscribe would really help me. YouTube doesn't pay me because I don't meet the requirements right now, but you can help me achieve that. If you have any suggestions or opinions that could help me, I would love to hear them. Any feedback will help this game become something one day. So I set up a Discord server for this, the link is in the description. I can't wait to make the next video. Thank you all for watching.